Well, I wish you'd have told me it was going to end a little bit like that. I'd have probably slept a little better. Triple option always, always challenges you in different ways, and that is a, a different triple option team. And I'm happy to say that we did a really, really good job across the board. And sometimes you don't realize it. We talk about triple option, and you think about our defense, and the reality is it's the whole picture, the ability to kind of do things together because of the limitations as far as how many possessions and different things that you get. And I think our guys really took that to heart. And I think across the board, all in all, we played, obviously it's only game 2, but the most, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but together football that we've had. Like I said, in game 2, the complementary football that you got to be able to do, I think is where we're going to have to continue to grow to be as good as we can be. And we did it today. Happy and excited about that. But there are some things that, it doesn't help you for sometimes that triple option stuff doesn't help you on the next couple of weeks. So there's a turn in the page and being able to move on. But I think we answered some questions that maybe we had from last week and the maturity and how we could handle things. And to me, more than anything, that's what I'm most proud of after this one is our ability to be mature, to handle the preparation and all that we had to do and to come out and play like we did.
How important was it on that second offensive possession, the first offensive possession?
Yep.
In your face, and then they come right back.
Well, even the first offensive possession that blows up on a sack to start with, for us to still move it out to get it to a position where we could obviously punt the ball well, I still thought that was a little bit of the recovery and made me feel better about what we were doing. But then for them to come back the next 3 possessions and really kind of, take charge. And the only time after that, we got the PI, the OPI, which, is kind of a questionable call on, a down the field block that hurt us and stopped us on a drive, and then a turnover. Other than that, I thought offensively, in the first half, we were moving and we felt good, and then the ability to come out the second half obviously was key for us.
How happy were you with Ben's accuracy, especially to the sideline? It looked like he was pretty razor sharp.
Well, it was good, especially after you don't want guys to get the jitters after last week when you kind of throw one into the field side flat and they take it back and last week those sudden change situations were probably as much as anything that cost us, and that's connected to both sides of the ball. But really happy to see him as a confidence level. We kind of had an idea that we were going to throw it a little bit, but you know how those guys are at times. They want to take the shots down the field, and I think the best thing that he did and we did all day was take what was there. Sometimes you get antsy and want to take a Tyler Scott or one of those guys down the field, but the accuracy, the ability to continue to move the chains is where we've got to continue to focus.
When you get Josh and Lenny involved like you did early, how much does that change?
Well, I know for us defensively, it's difficult when people have those 2 tight ends that can do a lot of different things. And I'm sure it's similar to the other people that we play, but they're both guys that bring a lot of different value. I mean, it's not just catching the football, but blocking as well. And their versatility gives us a chance to make people have to play us differently, I think, as an offense. And, we're going to continue to grow with those guys. There's opportunities for both of them. Sometimes you'd say, well, okay, Lenny's the guy that plays inline and Josh the guy that flexes out. And the reality is what makes those guys so good is their ability to do both. And we'll continue to grow with that. I know that Ben loves the big targets. And I know those guys are not just, a part of the passing game, but they're a big part of the running game as well.
You mentioned the running game. Charles McClellan had a big day, 10 carries, 66 yards. Talk about what it was like to see a performance like him for the second.
Well, it's good to see kind of back-to-back. I know he may only ran the ball 10 times for 66 yards, but I thought after last week's performance, him to come back out this week, do what he did to stay on to some special teams and be as valuable there as he is, just shows you kind of the versatility that he has and how we're going to be able to continue to use him this entire year. We kind of said we want to figure out who those 2 running backs are, and then you got a third guy, usually, but it is a position that you're going to see probably 3 guys, for a majority of the time. And as we continue to move forward, we'll see what kind of roles those guys kind of figure out. But I know that Chuck right now is kind of the guy that's the leader of that pack, and there's a lot of different things he can do for us.
Was it important to get Miles back on his feet?
Yeah, it always is. It always is. And I told you guys that camp was to me, the most difficult thing coming out of the camp was trying to figure out what you had at the running back spot. And it's just you don't get those challenges of carrying the football in live action that often. And I don't want to say it's growing pains, but a lot of times with young guys, there are some growing pains. And hopefully Miles learned his lesson, that the ability to take care of the football is first and foremost. And I'm just glad he got an opportunity to go back in there, kind of rectify it, and come out of the game feeling really good about what he's doing. Well, I think first and foremost it started with just who we are, that us. I mean, you took a tough one on the chin last week, and I'm not lying. I mean, when those guys came in on Sunday with a really, really good attitude. With a lot of guys were banged up. It was a physical football game, and they went out there on a Sunday and really had more focus and attention to detail than I think we'd had in a while, and it kind of showed throughout the entire week. And so I was kind of curious. We go out there, what you're playing this different style triple option team, first time back at home. Did you humble yourself? Did you challenge yourself? And then did you own it? And if you did, you'd come out and perform like we did today. And probably be happy to say that I think all three of those things that we brought up on Sunday that I think they did.
When you played in Arkansas, mistakes were exposed. When you played Kennesaw State, was there any mistakes that weren't exposed that you really look forward to addressing this week?
Well, we'll see. I mean, you got to break down the film. I think there were some more mistakes in Arkansas that didn't get exposed, that you have to watch it, you see. Today, I don't know. I mean, I still obviously being able to play cleaner. The penalties is still one of those things, and I know when you get later in a game, it can get some guys that aren't in the same rhythm, and it can get a little bit sloppy. But those are the kinds of things that we got to continue to focus on. That maturity of our team is really a big deal, and as we grow, we got to grow in some other areas, and it's not just playing ball, but it's the ability to play clean. Eliminate some of those situations that we put ourselves in, whether it's obviously the very first play offensively, or the PI down the field, or some different things like that. But I thought, for the most part, I think we're addressing them, and I think that our guys recognize what we got to do to continue to grow. Well, it's really hard because you guys always ask about it too, so it doesn't make it any easier. But I kind of said to Jim Kelly afterwards, I said I was really happy that he not only got an opportunity to play, but he got an opportunity to actually do what he can do. And sometimes you get in those situations and you get hamstringed by the coach, and hey, we can only do this, and let's just. And it was great to get him in there to let him kind of do what it is that he can do, show all the different things that he can do, build some confidence in himself as well. And we've seen it, we know it, but to actually go out there and do it and have the opportunity to do it is what's sometimes most difficult. And I tell you what, he played really well. He was sharp, and it wasn't just running the football. It was the ability to throw the ball down the field. I thought really proud of him, not just the way he played, but the way he's handled this whole thing and his ability to be prepared for when that opportunity comes. It's going to be a great thing for us. Well, those kind of eluded us last year. We got our hands on a lot of balls, and I think we like to return them to like the 2-yard line, the 3-yard line, the 1-yard line, the 4-yard line, I think is where we took the balls to this past year. And we had a little thing that I don't think we had a Coleraine guy that knew how to get in the end zone. And Coach Combs sweared now that he's back and being a Coleraine guy that the next time the Coleraine guy gets his hands on the ball, he's going in the end zone. So he got it done. And I'm not sure there was anybody out there. Hicksey would have had to fall maybe, but needless to say, we found a way to find the end zone. And I mean, you can't even put a price on how much that just picks you up. And I mean that defensively and all that you do, and the momentum and energy. And like I said, those are two things right there. I don't think we had a defensive touchdown last year, and to come up with two in a game like this is really big.
Speaking of the Coleraine guys, another big game for either place today.
I don't know the numbers, but I know this, that those guys inside did a really good job. I think that they had said they'd rushed for 150 yards in 76 of their last 76 games, and held them under 150 yards, and it's because of those guys. It's because of the, don't forget those two nose guard guys in there, Briggs and Jabari and Dante and Justin Watley, that did a really good job to give, Huber and Pace and those guys an opportunity to fit and fill downhill. But you can see the instincts even in a triple option game. It's from the kid like that, and he's going to continue to grow. He's a big part of what we're doing.
You have to be
It's big, and especially in a game like this. I mean, it's going to continue to grow. You know, he played at end for us last year. He's going to play more inside this year. You know, last year in our defense, Curtis Brooks was one of the guys I would say is the MVP of the defense. You know, I know we had these pretty good corners out there that weren't bad, and some other guys that were pretty good players. But, you know, in my opinion, being an old defensive lineman and a nose guard, Curtis Brooks was one of the MVPs. And to fill those shoes is going to be a big deal. And the good thing is Juwan's going to do a great job, and he's going to have some help behind him so he doesn't have to play it all the time. So Dante Corleone kind of stepped up today, and hopefully we'll get Dom Perry back here soon.
I know a lot of people at home were probably going to the website and trying to figure out who number 57 was. But Ryan Mullaney
Yeah.
had a really good day.
He did. He did. He did a really good job, and he's going to be one of those guys that's going to have to continue to step up for us. You know, we've kind of said that. I really feel good about, you know, the way we play with some of our 3 defensive linemen stuff. But in order for us to really sustain and continue to grow throughout the year, we got to be able to play 7, 8 guys. And this was a really big day to see him play and get a lot of action and show what it is that he can do and the consistency he can do it with. And, you know, so, and it wasn't one of those things. He was rolling in there, you know, from series 3 on, 2 on. So he was in the situations where he had to go out there and play and perform. He did a really good job. So it's going to vote well for our entire defense.
Is Malik Van going to be on?
I don't know. It's still early to tell. I know that he didn't come back into the game, but we'll have to figure that thing out. You know, you always have some of those things. You know, you have. I said that after the game. As we continue to move on, I know it's only week 2, but you have guys that have bumps and bruises, and what that means is there's other guys that got to step up. And there's some guys that are in that locker room that maybe played a little bit today, maybe don't know what their exact role is, but as we continue to press on this journey, they're going to have a much bigger role as we continue to move forward. And you know, who knows?
Any update on Bill Holland?
No, I haven't got anything yet either on him. So, you know, all those guys will be, you know, probably evaluated here later this afternoon and then in tomorrow. But another guy that, you know, tough situation for us that has done a really good job, and we'll have to see.
One more for Coach.
Anybody?
Good.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll have Ben Bryant next. Questions for Ben?
Pretty crisp today. Did it feel good early, right away, knowing that you were kind of in a rhythm?
Yeah, it felt good. Really just getting the ball to our playmakers and letting them go to work. But there's still so much more that we can do. We got to get better at the penalties, just staying on the chain. So we just got to keep getting better.
Tell me a little bit about the atmosphere in Arkansas last week. How was it having that atmosphere on your side?
Oh, it was so nice to be back here in the NIP. Obviously, it's been a while for me, but it's definitely nice having those fans, the students. They really showed out today, and we really appreciate that.
Did you have some deja vu when you first came out? It was full.
Yeah, I was like, holy crap! Like, this is how it's like here. But it was really nice to be out there.
How much do things open up when you get Josh and Lenny involved, like you did early? Does it make things a lot easier?
Yeah, I mean, I think we try to find ways of getting everyone the ball, whether it's Josh and Lenny or the receivers, and they did a really good job today, and we're going to keep getting them the ball.
Coach talked about, like, last week, there was the turnover in the pass. This week, it seemed like all of your passes to the sideline were, like, razor sharp, right over the corner in front of the safety. Looked like you were throwing the ball with confidence. How confident did you feel?
I mean, I felt very confident. I think everyone kind of had a bad feeling in their stomach after last week. Just a lot of self-inflicted stuff, but I was really happy with how we played today. And like I said, there's still a lot to improve on, but I'm really proud of this team and getting that first win this year.
Tied a career high for your passing touchdowns today. Did you expect that in your very first game back here?
I don't know. I don't really care. I just want to win. I just want to keep getting wins for this team, and that's just really the most important thing for me.
Targeted 9 different receivers today. What was it that you were seeing from that Kennesaw State defense to get all those guys involved early?
They came out and did a little something different than what we planned for. So we made good adjustments early, and I mean, we have so many guys that can make plays and get open. So they did a really good job of that, and yeah, it's just getting the balls to the playmakers and letting them go to work.
How fun is it when you're having a game
Yeah, it's so much fun because, like, all those guys that don't play on the weekends during game day, I mean, they put in the same amount of work that we do. And Evan's such a good player. He's a great friend of mine. He's gotten so much better, and I'm super proud of him. And it's really nice to see him go out there and succeed. And also Brady got in there too. So a lot of guys got in there today, and it's really exciting to see those guys kind of get rewarded for their hard work.
Coach talked about the fact that very first offensive play you were sacked, but it was important for you guys just to move the ball out and managing and not go for too much, get yourself in a position where you could punt the ball away, get a good punt. Did you think about that at that point, like, hey, let's not try to get it back all at once, just try to give our defense a shot?
Yeah, I mean, as a quarterback, you don't ever want to force things when they aren't there. And unfortunately, that first play happened, and it is what it is. But yeah, when you're backed up like that, you want to be able to flip the field and not have your punter like in the back of the end zone. So I think we did a good job of getting out of that situation.
Any other questions for Ben? Thank you.
Thanks, Ben.
Yep, thank you.
Have Javon Hicks next.
How y'all doing?
Good.
You've been here a long time, but you have never gotten the end zone. How did that feel?
It felt extremely good. Out of 8, I finally get 1. But the main thing is that coming out victorious and being able to have a good team win today.
How much do you think this team just needed this? You know, there was a big build-up to week 1 playing Arkansas, the big game after coming off what you guys did last year. To come back here and have a performance like you did today, how much do you think the team just had to see that and feel that?
I think we needed it a lot. I think the preparation of this week, coming off the loss to Arkansas and stuff like that, we came in with a little edge on our shoulder and stuff like that. In practice, we was focused and stuff. So I knew what the results was going to be at the end of the day. It's just depending on how we was going to come out.
Walk us through that interception. Was there something you saw? I mean, you jumped that out pretty perfectly.
Well, like 2 years ago, I got in against Army. They gave me the same formation. It was 3 to the flat. So, and I missed it. So this whole week of practice, Coach Hitch was just preaching that I'll keep my eyes on my man and stuff like that. So when I got my opportunity, I took it. And quarterback threw it behind. I just caught it, and I just ran to the end zone.
What's that feeling like, ball in hand, green grass, and the student section?
It was electric. I'm not going to lie. Felt good.
Don't fall across your brain.
Huh?
Just don't fall across your brain, or
Nah, don't fall didn't cross my brain. I was just wondering, like I don't know. It just felt so good.
How long have you pictured or dreamed of that moment happening?
My whole career, I'm not gonna lie, it's been 5 years. My last pick 6 was my senior year of high school, so it's been 5 years. So it felt extremely good.
Coach Fickle just said that there's a motto in the locker room from Coach Cone about the next interception you guys get. It's going to be from the Colerain guy in the end zone.
Yeah, when I got the pick 6, I came to the sideline. Coach Combs was like, "How about them Colerain return skills and stuff like that?" Because everybody from Colerain, every time we get like a return, we always miss out on the opportunity to get into the end zone. And today, that changed.
how was it running back out in the nip for the first time this season?
It felt good. We missed that crowd. We missed that intensity that they bring. They're like a 12th man on the field when we playing and stuff like that. So it felt good being here.
Opponent aside, did you feel like the defense played better this time around than last week?
Yeah, I think we played extremely well. We was focused, attention to detail all week in practice, and it showed today.
How is it for you to see some of the younger guys get out there that have been kind of coming up behind you?
It felt good. When they was making plays out there, I was the main person on the sideline, hyped and stuff like that, rooting them guys on, because when them guys get their opportunity, I know they're going to be good.
Least surprising thing ever to see Armorion hit somebody like that?
No, I was not surprised at all. That's what he does, and he brought that juice and
Did you
made a
feel
big
bad for
play.
the kid when you caught it and you saw what was about to happen?
I didn't feel bad for him because Amarion hit him, but Amarion didn't hit him as hard as he could have.
How about Ethan getting out there with 7 tackles when he got a chance and showing he's adjusting pretty quickly to safety?
Yeah, it just shows that he really can play anything. He's so athletic and so smart on the field and stuff like that, and he's just a ball player. So he's extremely good.
Any other questions for Javon? Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, buddy. All right, Juan Briggs. Try to shoot that neck up for him. Just kidding.
Hi, how are you guys doing today?
Juan, you got to sing now at the end.
Nah, not again.
Fickle commended you on your play against that triple option defense. Just what did you see against that, and what was your approach to that?
For me, it was kind of just an opportunity for me to come back and play it again. When we played Navy, I think myself I could have played better. I didn't play up to my talent, I'd say. And then also, I think my play also was highly affected on the guys around me. If I didn't have Bari, or if I didn't have Bam, or if I didn't have Noah on the edge, holding that edge for me, a lot of the plays I made would not have been there. So it's really just a matter of making sure everybody has their mechanics and playing them together.
How big of a help has Dante been to you in terms of stepping up and giving a guy that can give you a breather a little bit?
Hey, man, not only is he giving me a breather, but having Dante and Damo, just having those guys nipping at my ankles, it's sort of just more of a reason for me to keep going and keep pushing. Because, if I take a second to take a breath back and, think I've arrived, Dante will be right there lapping me. It's just a real great thing to have a competitive room. If anything, I say it's a great advantage we got at the D-line this year.
You guys ran with a lot of 4-down linemen today. How fun is that for your room in particular to do that?
Like I said, man, I love it when our guys are going out there balling together, man. So I think that was definitely a plus for us. That's something we like to emphasize a bit.
A little bit different this year with Walt. How has that adjustment been with him? It looks like you guys are really playing well for him.
Yeah, Coach Walt, being a defensive mind, being a guy that played at UC, he just has so much knowledge when it comes to football and so much knowledge when it comes to, the game and the culture. And he just ties it all together in a great personality that, does well in the coaching setting. Personally, I've had, 4 different coaches, so the adjustment isn't that bad for me. But, it's really compelling to see how well the young guys take to him, just learning things easily, and just going headstrong in there and being coachable players.
How did the approach change this week as opposed to last week when you're going against a much bigger line in Arkansas when you're going against an FCS team?
Coach Fick says it best, don't discredit anyone, don't underestimate anyone. So we came out there swinging the same way we came out there swinging for Arkansas. And, it's always an extra chip on the shoulder when we play a triple option team. There's always a lot more emphasis on the focus and fundamentals. So, I think it kind of tied together and kind of showed out how we finished the game there. I think our focus on the fundamentals and everything kind of showed itself out there.
How much better does it feel when Coach Vick was even talking about it with the triple option? They're really focusing on the interior D-line. How much better does it feel when they pulled it off?
Man, I'd say it feels great. Because at the end of the day, triple option, they pretty much do 3 things. They run up the middle, they do a pitch, or the quarterback keeps it. So, for them to challenge the middle and for us to respond, well, I'd say it's definitely it's a little pat on the back.
It's a big deal when defense scores once. When you score twice in the game, that obviously you want the points, but the momentum, the shift in that third quarter, it seemed like that's where you guys really took off.
Yes, sir. We talk about it all the time. Sudden change, whether it be sudden change, us going back in on defense, or sudden change, us getting the offense back on the field. And, our guys were there. Like I said, our D-line was flying around. Bari was in there. He took it from me, So our guys were in there flying around, and we happened to, give the ball back, or not give the ball back to our offense, but put some points up. And like you guys said, that does a lot for momentum. A lot of people kind of understate that, but especially being at home here in the nip roaring like that, it does a lot for the momentum.
You guys don't lose very often here. How ready was this team this week after what happened last week?
I'd say we had a great week of preparation. A lot of guys keep saying that we had a great week of preparation. Coming in with that chip on your shoulder, coming in to get the job done. Not only that, but also coming back towards the nip. It kind of just all tied together and having a dominant performance. So it's very important for us to, keep that streak alive and keep that culture going in the nip.
All right. Thanks, Juwan.
Thank you.
Last but not least, Jabari Taylor. Not going to help him up.
Nah, I mean for sure. We was at the same spot. I had about 30 yards. He had about 40. Yeah, nah, Hicks ain't got it. I got it.
Were you lobbying to get one of those extra points late?
I'm hoping he got me on the roster, like, you know, the third dude come in there or something. But I'm just waiting on my name to be called. You feel me?
What's going through your brain running wide open into the end zone?
I'm not gonna lie. Nah, I was happy, excited. I didn't. Then I was tired as hell. I didn't realize I was on the other side of the field until I was heading the ball to the ref. I'm like, man. And then I'm like, dang, we gotta go back on the field, huh? I'm thinking offense is next. I'm like, no, we just scored, dude. Like, yeah.
How does it feel though, like as a defense, when you guys can put up points and help the offense out?
That's a great feeling. Playing complimentary ball, being able to, you know, give them a breather here and there, and they being able to give us a breather, stay on the field, and, you know, really munch on that clock it's a great feeling being able to play complimentary ball. And I mean, if we can continue to do that the rest of the season, it's nothing but up from here.
Hate seeing anybody go down like Malik did, but Mulaney stepped in that second role and looked like he really helped you guys out quite a bit and added to the rotation.
He did. We're gonna go back and, you know, obviously watch the film, evaluate and such. But from my eyes and the way things turned out, he did a pretty damn good job. Of course, that's a punch to the stomach about Malik and such. But, you know, I mean, all we can do is keep moving forward. But you know, we always wish and praying for the best. But, you know, next man up, we got to be ready to, you know, keep moving forward.
Talk about what it was like to get in that end zone and see the student section roaring you down at you.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I almost threw the ball up to the second stands for real. I didn't know what to do with it. And like I said, I was just tired as hell over there on the other side, realizing I had to jog back. But yeah, man, it was a great rush. It was a crazy rush, and then seeing everybody chase after me, behind me, and just like, yeah, it was good time.
Do you like playing inside again today, or you prefer the edge?
Oh no, inside. Yeah, love that. Even when I'm not making a play, just banging heads, being in the middle of all that double, triple team, and being able to pop out and make the play here and there sometimes. Or even when I'm just doing my job, I don't know. I guess that's me. That's my game. I don't mind going on the edge and having a little space, but you know, that's where I started playing when I got here. So, you know, it's never gonna get away from me.
Coach Fickle talking to Cam about wanting to know what the depth at the defensive line was really like. And today, running 4 down linemen a lot of the game, and with Kennesaw State holding the ball for 38 minutes, you guys really got to test that depth. What's it like for you as a leader of that line group, getting to see that depth?
All I can say is it's not that I wasn't doubting anything about us or the ones that was coming in after me, Briggs, Malik, and Bam, but the fact that they were able to stay just as disciplined, if not better than us, is a very, very comfortable feeling. Like how Briggs is saying, like those guys nipping your ankles just a little bit, like, man, he out there outplaying me a little bit, maybe I might just step it up. You feel me? Like it's healthy competitiveness, man, and it's just a great feeling all around knowing that those guys can come in and do their thing just as well as when we left off the field and such. It's no difference.
Some might say iron sharpens iron.
Almost definitely.
Any other questions for Jabari? All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. We're good, that's all. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.